Hey everybody, welcome to Become Endless. Today, a very, very serious topic, the danger of thinking small. The danger of thinking small. Well, first and foremost, you have to understand that next to your spirit, your thinking is the most important and powerful thing about you, simply because your thinking controls your actions. And if your thinking controls your actions, it controls your doing. Your actions result into your doings. Your doings result from your actions. So if your thinking controls your doing, then next to your spirit and next to God, that means your thinking is the most important part of your life, because our entire life is pretty much what we do. Knowing this leads to the number one danger of thinking small. If you continue to think small or to think low, nothing of significance will happen in your life. Nothing extraordinary, nothing beyond average is going to happen in your life. The type of friends that you make, you're always going to maintain the same type of friends. The type of money that you make, there'll always be a cap or always be this box that you stay in. The type of opportunities that you have. Everything is pretty much going to remain the same if you continue to think the same way. So number one, if you continue to think small, nothing of significance will change in your life. Number two, and this is very, very important, you guys. If you continue to think small, you will block someone else from experiencing the extraordinary in their own life. You have the power. Your influence can actually block someone else from experiencing the extraordinary in their life. And why do I say that? Well, if you continue to think small, you're going to keep operating on the same level. You're going to keep living the same type of life. And the people around you, they say you become what you surround yourself with. The people around you, they can't see any further than you, because that's your circle. Birds of a feather flock together. And most people will not take their life to the next level until they see someone else doing it. So you, by thinking small, can block someone else from the extraordinary. If you continue to think low, the people around you will follow suit. Okay? So you have the power to actually shift your entire circle, to change everything around you just by the way you think. So let me give you guys some examples of thinking small, thinking big, thinking low, thinking high. Just, some examples I wrote down. Here's some low thinking examples. Thinking that you can't do something because you aren't qualified. That's a low thought. Or if you aren't, you may think you aren't smart enough. Those are low thoughts. Thinking thoughts of poverty, thoughts of lack, thinking you'll never become anything than what you are now. All of those thoughts are low thinking. They're small thoughts. And now here are some high thoughts. When you think to yourself, I believe I can do this, or I need to be doing more with my life. Thoughts like, I may not be qualified, but I'm going to go for it anyway. These are all high thoughts. Additional high thoughts are like, I should start my own business. That's a really high thought, because a lot of people do not work for themselves. Thoughts like, I'm going to become a millionaire. Knowing there's 7 billion people on the planet and only about 18, 20 million millionaires, that's a really big thought. Or thoughts like, I'm going to change the world. You have to change your thoughts. Okay, you can't have low thoughts and go throughout life and expect things to change. Average thoughts will produce an average life. Now, my third danger of thinking small, and this is really deep, so you gotta flow with me on this one, because you may not get it right now, but either later on today or later on this year or next year, you're gonna get it. If you continue to think small, this is very important, you guys. If you continue to think small, you will minimize or cut off the provision of God in your life. I'll say that one more time. If you continue to think small, you will minimize or cut off God's ultimate provision for your life. Now, why do I say that? Thinking small, you're operating in the average realm. God is unlimited. Average and unlimited cannot work well together. So a lot of the things that go on in your life that are really small thoughts, worried about this and worried about that, and all these things that God has already equipped you to deal with on that level. Matter of fact, you don't even need God to deal with a lot of the small stuff. When you are ready to leave average, that's when God shows up. That's when he really shows up and do the unlimited. You want to get into the unlimited, and you can only get there by thinking higher, by thinking bigger, because that's where God operates. Not saying God isn't in the small stuff. He is in the small stuff. But God is unlimited. And when you really want the attention of God, when you really want to go to the next level in your life, that's when you need the unlimited. And you can't get there thinking small. Now, your ultimate goal is to get into that flow. Get into the flow of thinking higher. Get into the flow of having higher ideas, higher thoughts, because that's going to push you to do higher things. You can't just think big all your life and not do anything. There has to be some action that follows that, okay? A lot of people think big. I'm a big thinker. I think big all the time. Well, there's no productivity. There's no results in your life. You're thinking big and thinking high without action. Who cares? There must be actions to follow that. Now, I do want to stress this before I end this video. It's crucial. If you continue to think small, your thoughts will ruin and limit your entire life. You can look around you. A lot of the things that people have going on in their life are the results of their thoughts. It's the results of their thinking from years and years of thinking the same way. So you don't want to stay there in that average thinking realm, in that limited thinking realm. That's not what you want to do. You want to take your thoughts to the next level. You want to get into that unlimited space. And we all know who's in that unlimited space, because that's where the extraordinary happens. And that's where I want you to be. All right. I'll see you guys on the next Become Endless.